What is up, guys? Crypto Bera here, back with another market update where things are lining up pretty nicely for a pump in the short term. So as I talked about in previous video, I expected Bitcoin to not go crazy yet and have some sideways movement because of course we had the release of the inflation, which was 3.1%, which was on and about what we would have expected. And of course, in a couple of days, we're going to get the almost guaranteed Fed rate cut. So the Fed rate cut will either be 0.25 basis points or it's going to be 0.5 basis points. But nevertheless, both situations are very bullish for Bitcoin. So in the next couple of days, I do expect us to break the previous resistance of around 170K and actually flip that back into support. However, I would only see that happening when we get the confirmed rate cuts, as right now obviously there is a high chance that we're gonna get them, but we don't know exactly how many basis points we will get. So up until then, there's going to be some speculation, and I expect some sideways movement until we actually get a confirmation of what it's gonna be. Also keep in mind that if that expectation is not what the market wants, we could also see some downwards movement. However, I do think everything is lining up for us to go higher and have an amazing Q4. As you can see right here, obviously Q4 has been historically a very good time for Bitcoin, where we often get 2-digit percentages returns, and that is also often why it's called October. So guys, if we take a quick look, we obviously broke out of the descending wedge. We flipped all previous levels of resistance into support, and we're now moving ahead to the resistance levels right here. Also, obviously, if we take a look at the daily chart, things are actually looking quite good right here. Because before we had an ascending triangle that we broke out of to the downside, which obviously wasn't bullish at all and had us moving to a target of 90K, but we held support pretty nicely here. And the next thing I would look for once we flip this level of resistance into support is for us to move back into the ascending triangle. And of course, in a ultimate bullish scenario, we would break out of the upside. However, that is of course going to be taking some time. And if that is the case, and that is going to be happening, I also clearly expect that the bull market top would be around this period that we do. So it looks on the daily that we might have experienced another fake out, which won't be the first in this bull market because we've had plenty of fake outs for Bitcoin here. And lastly, obviously taking a look at the weekly as well, you can see we've been trading in this channel very cleanly, and we haven't even come close to the bottom right here, but just at the medium line here. We're looking to bounce back up, get some supports to continue to trade in this channel. Also, a quick look at the liquidation heat map shows us right now that we have the most liquidity sitting right here on the upside. If you're not familiar with the liquidation heat map, Bitcoin often tends to move towards the price where there is the most liquidity. So in this case, it seems pretty likely that we're going to be grabbing some of this upside liquidity, and a lot of the signs simply points to Bitcoin wanting upwards movement. Of course, we have to take into account that there is also a situation where we won't get this. Taking a look at that situation, that obviously would be the case if we cannot hold these levels and we fail to break through the resistance levels and start moving back down. Because right now we have reversed the trend, we have lower highs, we have lower lows. However, if we don't hold these levels and continue down, especially breaking this one at around 112K, this won't be looking that good in the short term. So this was Crypto Bera back with another market update. Be sure to subscribe for the next video from tomorrow, where I will keep you up to date on the market conditions for Bitcoin.